jumper from David. Not gonna work. Romeo is checked back in. They need his quarterbacking chores and his offense, Kinito. That he will be fouled. Amer was making sure na hindi siya natalo dun sa sitwasyon na yun.
Both teams playing without an import sa ating pag-umpisa ng second quarter.
Mamaril, back to Romeo, back to Mamaril. Jumper's not gonna work. Ken Bono, a big presence inside that paint.
Yeah, that percentage ng Globalport, ang baba na ngayon. No? They're really having a difficult time scoring. Wala pa nga si Onuaku sa loob.
Dillinger, trying to create space. Nabong, shot clock is winding down. They're gonna have to put this one up in a bit. Dillinger for three. Three-point shot brought to you by Oppo F1 selfie experts.
You know, we were talking about the field goal percentage ng Globalport. That was 32% only in the first period. And that time, Terence Romeo attacking inside and drawing the foul.
Ito si Terence Romeo, Kinito, walang katakot-takot, ano? Kahit ang lalapat, ang tatangkad ng kanyang mga kalaban, pasok lang siya ng pasok.
Basketball, it's now become a haven for small men who can dominate a game. I mean, that's so ironic because we always said that basketball is a big man's game. I remember nung dumating dito si Steph Curry, yun ang tinanong natin no, sa kanya. Is basketball still a big man's game? And his reply was it ever?
Well, that's confidence for you. And now Terence Romeo bringing that same confidence here to the PBA. And he leads all locals in scoring. He's got 8 points here tonight. Amer being hounded here by Romeo. They kick it out. They swing it to the side. Dillinger looking for another three. Short that time. Here comes Globalport. No numbers though. Foul ang itatawag dito. Once again, Romeo trying to extricate from that defense of Amer. Papasok na kaagad itong si Taha. Uiloan hardly saw any action on the floor. Karamis in. Let's see if he can shackle. Itong si Romeo. Taha inside. Yes!
Acrobatic shot. You have to improvise. But you got to give it to this kid, Paulo Taha. Making an impact. I mean, from what he showed in the previous game and now what he's doing in place of Stanley Pringle.
Bono at the right place at the right time. Onuaku asking for a foul. But nonetheless, 2 puntos na naman para sa Meralco yun. Their lead extended to 9.
You know, you have to like what Ken Bono is bringing to the table. He's been out of activity in the PBA as a regular player for years. But he's always been around as a practice fringe player. But he's finally been given a chance here to show what he can do by Coach Norman Black. And will
Perfect
that count?
pass.
Will that count?
No, they say no.
Yeah.
So check that. It wasn't a perfect pass because it didn't beat the shot clock.
That pass came a little too late, but again, the right idea for Terence Romeo to facilitate. But what Meralco is doing is excellent because they're not giving him too many opportunities to score. They're making him a passer.
Karam ngayon may tangan. Looking to increase their lead once again. It stands at 9. Meralco, their offense is humming and so is their defense. David with a jumper, a little bit offline. They're not going to be able to save that from going outside.
Boy, the breaks are really not going Globalport's way. And nila yung rebound, lumabas pa. They couldn't control it. And then kanila, naputukan sila ng 24-second. And that nullified the shot by Billy Mamaril off a great pass from Romeo.
Brand new 14 to work with. Karam with a jumper. A little bit offline. Romeo trying to set up the offense once again. Jensen now attacking. Kicks it out to Washington. Washington gets away, finds Taha from the side. No. But Global would have definitely needed that basket. They would have been happy if that dropped.
Onuaku's lagging behind.
Well, kanina Kinito, hiningi niya yung bola, hindi siya nabibigyan, nagagalit na siya eh. Let's see if he tries to post up here once again.
I also think that this kind of game of Meralco, it's an up and down game. That's not suited for him. He's a big guy, he's a lumbering guy.
Oh, I'm surprised Washington didn't take that one. He was free.
Globalport is not taking opportunities here to score. They're gun shy.
Romeo, it's not gonna drop. Pero libre na nga si Washington dun kanina. That was a perfect setup job by Romeo. 4 minutes gone dito po sa ating second quarter. Bono keeps it. And he will be fouled here by Washington. Oh, Bono putting it on the floor, Kenito.
You know, Bono was once an MVP with Adamson in the UAAP. He knows the game. He knows how to play.
Balik tayo sa live action. Hodge, who just checked back in. Short on that jumper. Taha with JD to beat. And he does.
The first man up the floor. But yan ang kailangan ng Globalport. If they're not hitting their outside shots, they've got to be able to run transition before that half-court defense ng Meralco is set up.
Let's see if they go inside to Onuaku.
Now they've got Warner on Onuaku.
Traveling itatawag kay Onuaku.
Warner doing a good job that time.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Kinito, but it looks like it's Onuaku right now who's huffing and puffing.
Yeah, you know, this is not the kind of game that Meralco likes to play. They're not exactly an up-and-down team. They like to make it low-scoring. They like to make their defense dictate the pace of the game. But now they're keeping pace here with Globalport, and Onuaku is huffing and puffing.
Onuaku there with a big defensive gem, though.
Hindi siya bumaba, oh.
Talagang nagpapahinga pa siya.
It's 4 against 5 here.
And he may have to be replaced if Norman Black doesn't realize that. Dillinger from the 15-foot line gets at the drop.
Dillinger has been a major force here for Meralco.
Puntahan natin si Sel.
There seems to be a disconnect sa pag-ikot ng bola ng Batang Pierre, and kitang-kita kanina sa huddle na very evident ang frustration sa mga mukha ng mga players. So we will have to see how the coaches will solve this problem. Back to you.
That's a very good observation, Sel. Tignan nga natin kung anong mangyayari rito.
Well, kanina nakita natin yung mga local ang dumidepensa kay Warner. Now it's Onuaku and Warner. And Warner's not gonna post him up. Onuaku's too big. So Warner's gonna take outside shots like what he did.
Karam inside!
Make an angle. Go up. Okay, go up, Calvin. Make an angle. Jay, turn. Let's hit Jay on the curl. Now, nothing happens. Jay, nothing happens. Jay, corner. Go up. Let's hit hit handoff. Okay.
Another defender here on Terrence Romeo. Yan si Karim na tawagan ng personal foul. So paiba-iba yung mga defenders going up against Terrence Romeo. Karim is very quick to go over or maybe even under picks. He's a guy who won't want to switch. He'll stick to his man.
Well, Kinito, it looks like he's starting to get under the skin of Terrence Romeo
that's
here.
the way he is. Remember, he's also fresh from the bench.
Washington with a jumper, yes! Nice step back jumper there for Jay Wash.
That's the first 2 points of Jay Washington. And importante, yung mga katulong ni Terrence Romeo mag-contribute.
Dillinger on the wings. Almost a perfect look. Hindi lang nahawakan ni Onuaku. Here comes Jensen. Attacks. Gets blocked there by Hodge. Ito si Onuaku, hindi na bumaba. Sinuwerte pa.
Oh, that's called cherry picking. And Onuaku didn't even bother to go up for a slammer. So an easy layup para sa kanya. I think he's tired.
And we noticed it, Quinito, about 3-4 minutes earlier.
I mean, if he weren't tired, he would have gone up for a slammer.
Hodge tracked that one down. Back
Ito,
to another 11-point lead.
Nuwako.
Tama, talagang he's dragging his feet. But Coach Norman letting him play. Sige lang, sabi niya.
Well, anyway, this is the kind of game that Meralco likes. Deliberate half court.
David, short in that one. Referee say play on. Jay Wash gets it to drop. He's got 4 points.
That's another transition basket ng Globalport. So a good run here for the Batang Pier. They're stepping on the gas. They're making this like an F1 race. Yun ang sinasabi natin kanina. Here's Onuaku.
Well, Onuaku is plodding along slowly but surely. Tignan natin kung papalitan siya ngayon. Well, the player with the most shouts by the end of the game will be the Shouter's Choice Player of the Game. That will be announced on sports5.ph pagkatapos itong ating laro.
Onuaku was born in the US, but he's of Nigerian descent. Both of his parents are Nigerian. He's got a brother, Bam Bam, who's playing for the University of Louisville right now.
Talagang basketball is in their blood, huh?
That's right.
A little bit too strong. The top of Faundo goes right back to Onuaku. They've got a brand new 14. 4 minutes remaining here in our first half. Karam up against Romeo. Might have been a traveling violation. That is not going to beat the 24-second shot clock.
They're just
In this
taking
case,
too
14.
much time. Taking too much time here from Meralco. Coach Norman Black a little less exasperated, but you know, that's the way they play. They just need to be able to manage that 24-second shot clock. Maybe start attacking by the 20-second mark.
Well, Karam has done a pretty good job. He's kept Jimmy Alapag on the bench.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy will be checking in a few minutes.
And Romeo hasn't even hit double figures yet.
Look at the bench points, Quinito.
Yeah.
20-0.
And you have to credit the defense of Meralco making that happen.
Touch passing. Hodge overshoots. Romeo gets shut down once again. Washington, they swing it around. He gets away. Just so many moves. Itong si Terence Romeo.
And he's drawing oohs and ahs from the crowd here.
You know, he reminds me of Samboy Lim. Remember when Samboy used to hold on to the basketball? Everybody's on their feet expecting something to happen.
It's unbelievable. It's Terence Romeo. He's such a one-in-a-million type of player.
I agree with you there. Here he is once again. They swing it outside. But a foul ay tatawag, so that 3 from Semerad will not count. Watch it here again and marvel at this.
An ankle breaker coming from Terence Romeo to get himself free.
Alapag now rejoins the fray. 2:38 remaining.
And Newsome is back on Terence Romeo.
Nice no-look pass. Warner inside, can't get the drop. Second pickings will work.
That's a great execution on the part of Globalport. When you have that switch off, big guy going over to Terence Romeo and then flipping the pass to his big guy on the roll, off the pick.
Alapag now to Faundo. With the pass, that's a pass that went haywire. Romeo once again finds Semerad. Semerad for 3. 3-point shot brought to you by Oppo F1 Sales Fee Expert.
And don't look now, this lead is down to just 6. Biggest was at 11.
That's Terence Romeo setting up his teammates, believing in them as well. Alapag, sa labas na ngayon kay Newsome. Romeo's got 3 assists, Quinito. And it's going to be another turnover here.
Big momentum shift right now. Coach Norman Black tapping Kelly Nabong to check back in the game. Ito yung pasa galing kay Romeo. That's assist number 3 para kay Romeo.
Well, he sees teammates go to their spots and they expect to get the ball. And Romeo obliging. Here he is once again, showing us his dribbling prowess. Thought about coming up with a jumper. Finds Semrad on the opposite side. Bang!
Got it again.
We've got almost a full house here already. Itong linggong ito. Got a good double header. Newsome for 3. Short. Hodge is there. Can't put it back. Gets it again. Still will not drop. Newsome battles for it. It will fall here. Okay, Jay Washington. That's clearly a foul. And it should be a foul on Newsome.
Oh, they're going to call the foul on Washington.
Well, Newsome actually ran into Washington when Washington had the ball.
Oh, si Washington, you watch it right here. Yeah, parang nasa kamay na ni Washington yung bola.
Washington had possession there.
And Newsome came charging in at Washington. Watch it here again. Yeah, that ball was loose, picked up by Washington. Newsome ran into Washington, but Washington with the foul.
Well, that was a missed call, and it happens, Kenito. I mean, you know, our referees are not perfect. But tama naman na sinasabi ni Jay Wash. Sabi niya, nasa akin na yung bola, siya na yung bumangga sa akin. But then again, these things happen.
Well, crucial yung call na yun, no? Because lumalapit na nga si Globalport.
That's true, because that would have been their possession, only down by 3.
Yeah.
Ngayon, napasok ni Jimmy Alapag yung free throw. The lead increased to 4. Could possibly be 6 or 7 with a 3-point shot. Nabong thought about it. Here's Hodge. Attacks the interior. Will miss. And the ball will stay here with the Bolts. 42.6 ang natitira sa ating second quarter. This is a big sequence, if you ask me. Especially the Bolts score. Newsome using the pick. They leave him open. Can't get that to drop it again. And nandun na naman si Hodge.
And they still give the ball to Meralco. Coach Pido Herecho is wondering what's going on.
Hindi ko alam kung galit siya sa kanyang mga players o sa referee because his players are not coloring that defensive board. Alapag, short. And finally, they say, enough is enough. One possession each.
And this time it's Alapag on Terence Romeo. No high pick here, no screen for Romeo. It's just one-on-one.
Well, they're forcing him to go to the left.
Oh, what a pass!
But a foul is going to be called first before that pass.
9.3 seconds to go.
Pero nasa penalty na ang Meralco, so that's 2 free throws.
What a dribbling exhibition we're watching here. And Terence Romeo certainly obliging everyone with the way he's handling the basketball. Wizardry ang tawag niyan.
10 points. 3 assists, make that 11 points right now. Stanley Pringle in the house.
You also see the PBA governor, PBA Vice Chairman Eric Arejola of the Globalport team management.
This free throw will bring Globalport to within 2. Final possession. Gary David checks in. Newsome. That's a foul that they could give up. They have one more to give. Loan giving him that foul.
And that gives an opportunity for Keith Jensen to come in to play defense.
That's a good
take out
substitution.
Jay Washington, yeah. And they have a foul to give. There's that foul. They didn't want Jimmy Alapag to get off a shot. 3.1 seconds to go.
Now they've used up all the fouls they can give. Pumasok na rin si Sumang. They don't want itong si Terence Romeo picking up a cheap foul here in the final 3.1. Alapag swings it over to David. David! Got a good line, but just short. It's been a fantastic 24 minutes of action. Back and forth plays. A game of streaks. But after the first 2 quarters of play, lamang ng dalawa ang Meralco.